Yo, it's the In Between the Lines podcast. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. Welcome back. Jay.
My bro.
What's going on?
Yo, how was the trip, bro?
Vacation was good.
Okay, I wish I could afford one, but let's move on.
You can afford one. Then see, we gonna jump right into it. I hate when people say they can't afford one. They be like, I ain't got the time, I ain't got the PTO. You don't have to get paid to be on vacation. You can take off and not get paid. Y'all, everybody's just so slave to the paycheck and wanting to look the same. Like, you can say, hey, let me get off for a week. I don't need to get paid. You know what I mean? Just gotta manage it right. People be like, I ain't got the PTO, I ain't got the time to take off. You just ain't got the time to get paid to take off. You got the time to take off.
Well, that don't even apply to me, but it's cool because I'm on salary.
Yeah,
but I got a shitload of time. No, I really just got to find that window end of the day.
Oh,
I will. I'm definitely
you can do it.
I'm definitely
I
due,
wasn't
bro.
saying just you. I was just saying in
No,
general.
that's a general statement, yeah. But I'm overdue, bro. I'd like to go every 4 months, just dip.
Yeah.
And just, break it up, air out somewhere, and then come back to the grind because it's going to be there.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely go out there and get that vacation. You know what I mean? And now that we back, we need y'all to like, subscribe. You here already. It's free. You might as well do it. You know what I mean? Join the fam and everything. So, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Coming back fresh off 2 weeks. There's a lot of stuff that went down.
There's some shit going on out there.
And I know you got some stuff on your chest.
Well, listen, that's which way you want to go.
You know what I mean?
Which way you want to go.
I
Which
know
way
you got
want to
stuff
go.
on your chest. So, what you want to start off with?
Well, we're going to take it from the top. Let's start with the biggest news.
The biggest news.
Yeah, Mr. Kendrick Lamar finally put out his diss track to Drake.
Size 7.
His reply. Don't start. Can I talk, man? Don't start. And I seen the comment too. That was actually unprofessional. But anyway, the very anticipated response. In my opinion, we definitely gonna dive in on this.
Okay.
Real heavy because I think right now your authenticity. How you say that? What's the word?
Authenticity.
Yeah, Drake, you got a problem.
Why?
He's gonna get exposed, bro.
Exposed. This is so crazy. I know I had a 30-minute argument on the way home the other day.
Well, this is about to be 2 hours.
You know what I mean?
Okay, it's a long night, people.
I ain't even gonna say argument, debate about this and everything, and it's ridiculous.
It's a 2-hour show. Stay tuned.
Authenticity.
Yeah, because now, and I'm gonna say it because I've been meaning this. I had to wait for him to drop the diss track.
Why?
Because I wanted to see how was he gonna come with it, what angle he was gonna go on.
So to help validate your point, and if he didn't do it, you would just stay quiet.
No, I see what you're doing. We're not gonna spend nothing tonight.
I ain't spending. I'm just asking. You said
I got
you
the
had
floor
to,
right now.
You said you had to wait.
No, so right now, actually, what's going on? If you listen to his words, bro, it's about your credibility, bro, and I love that. In them bars, it was all about credibility, bro. And because Kendrick is from the culture, and Drake actually is not. Drake is actually a culture vulture.
Oh shit! And this is the debate I had.
Here we come.
How's
here
he
we
a culture?
go.
How's he
Here
a
we go.
culture
Here we go.
vulture?
Oh yeah, let's talk. Heat it up. I'm gonna tell you how.
How?
First of all, what can Drake actually relate to in his life from the actual meaning of hip hop, where it comes from, how it got started? Because it's all about the struggle when hip hop actually was.
It wasn't.
Well, it's picture like this. It was a story in your life that you just put out there, that you rapped about, and that people can relate to and gravitate to, whether you was hustling, selling dope, or whether you was what was that, a backpack rapper, whatever you was. At the end of the day, Drake is not actually part of the culture.
Oh my God, man! This
real talk, bro. Bro, let's expose Drizzy. It's time to expose Drizzy with real facts, bro.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about if he's so much part of the culture in your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Now, first, I'm going to ask you this. What is the culture? What you just said?
No, I'm going to tell you what the culture is. When you coming from the trenches, and we ain't talking about nothing suburban. When you coming from the trenches, like where hip-hop was actually originated, it's a lot of shit that was part of your environment. Whether it was killing, motherfuckers getting shot, motherfuckers out hustling on the corner, motherfuckers on the block, the domestic violence, all that shit was part of the culture when hip hop started. This is some of the shit that was rapped about. You know what I'm saying? Block parties, DJing and all that. So with all that being said, at the end of the day, Drake don't have a story that's actually relatable to hip hop from the culture that we grew up in, meaning me and you, at the end of the day. We know Drake ain't never sell no dope. We also know Drake ain't never, been no shoot up, bang, bang boy. We also know Drake don't really know what the struggle is about in the black culture because you ain't really a part of it. You can't relate to it. Only thing he actually can relate to is being part of a single parent household. That's the only thing black about Drake that he can actually take from our culture at the end of the day.
So, again, his dad from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, from Memphis.
He spent time with him on multiple occasions growing up as a child. He'll go down to Memphis and stay with his dad. Most likely, I'm not sure, most likely it was when he was out of school. So he probably spent summers or a few weeks down there in the hood.
Getting a look at it, huh? This is what the hood is.
No, that's not getting a look at it. That's being in it.
No.
No.
Yeah. Just because I put you like this.
Yeah, you don't have to sell drugs to be in the culture.
No, it ain't even about drugs.
All right, then.
It's about living it. It's about living it. And what I mean by living it, it's 24/7, bro. It's 24. So if you was dropped off for a couple weeks in the summer doing school time, Drizzy in Memphis, and knowing how likely is that? Because your dad was a musician. He was on the road a lot. And that's why y'all don't have a great relationship
stay with him?
For a few weeks at a time.
Yeah, so
during
you
the summer.
inside the culture. So his dad raised him till he was like 5. So I'm pretty sure he had instilled some blackness in there. They was married, and I'm still sure that he instilled some traits to him in being black. Y'all just automatically discount him because he has a white parent, which is ludicrous to me.
No. That's not a why discount.
Yeah, because he grew up in Toronto, because he grew up in the hood. So are you a culture vulture because you don't sell drugs and stuff and you're in white corporate America now? Are you a culture vulture to that?
No, because I represent my culture every day. I'm from that culture. Born and raised.
No, I'm talking about corporate culture.
No, we talking about coming up, growing up to what I am today, because you outgrow everything. That's a fact.
So you're allowed to move between hip hop culture and corporate culture with no problems, and not being a culture vulture. But because he can't, he's a culture vulture because he can't move.
He's not from that. Just spending weeks at a time in the hood or the trap
make
you from that. It doesn't make you from that.
It doesn't make you from that, but it gives you ties to it. You don't have to be from it.
I don't even see the ties,
Is Mos Def a drug dealer? Did Mos Def do all that?
We ain't talking about Mos Def. We talking about Drizzy.
No, but I'm talking about other people that don't do that.
No, we gonna keep this on Drizzy.
because that's what I'm saying.
He's the one getting exposed right now.
He's not exposed.
He's getting exposed because you can't rap about nothing that honestly that you actually been through. So a lot of your raps is fantasy because most of your raps is about girls. You can't talk about being in the trenches. You wasn't in the trenches. You can't talk about none of that.
She was a single parent. Like, what that don't mean? Like,
in
did
Toronto.
You grow?
In Toronto. So in saying that,
Toronto has crime too.
Okay, but listen. First of all culture was created here in America as far as hip hop.
Okay, so hip hop can't go nowhere else. No. Rappers and all that. No, that ain't what I'm saying. That's ridiculous.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, bro, you don't have enough time spent to be able to talk about no hood. I don't even think it's really your place to be using the word nigga, because you can't relate to none of that. You can't relate to none of that, bro.
Here we go. Yo, this is a ridiculous.
This is real talk, people.
It's not real talk. It's fantasy talk that y'all want to put him in a box now because Kendrick Lamar, who talks about all this blackness, has a biracial wife, has biracial kids. So his kids ain't going. His kids ain't gonna go up in the culture.
Drake just got fantasy raps.
Okay.
And when he start rapping
they
about
are fantasy raps,
and when he's talking about
half the raps in is fantasy raps.
Well, listen, what the comparison is between him and
it's only because he's light skinned and he's been on top for so long. Is why everybody hate him.
No.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
No. His card just getting pulled because he never should have had one. So we was being nice. But now since you trying to come at somebody who is the culture, who represent the culture.
How is he coming back? How is he coming
about the culture. You understand what I'm saying? And actually, if you actually listen to the music compared to Kendrick and Drake, let's be honest. You hear growth in Kendrick music. Drake ain't talking about shit. but girls.
What now? So now
He
we
ain't
got
got
growth.
a story to tell.
You just told me Future had the album of the year. What growth has he had?
Man, we ain't talking about
Right, because
we talking about Drake.
You holding Drake to a different standard.
We talking about Drake and we talking about Kendrick. That's where the battle at right now.
No, but you're holding him to a standard that you don't hold other rappers to.
We talking
and
about
he's
the
a rapper.
We talking about the battle right now.
No, we're not talking about the battle.
We get the Future.
You challenging his blackness and his hood card is nothing about rapping. It's about him. It's about him.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
It ain't
because
him.
all the stuff,
he ain't
all
him.
the stuff,
He not from the hood.
all the stuff you're talking about, other rappers do. I just brought up Modet. You ain't want to bring him in. I just brought up Future. You ain't want to bring him in it. Do you think Future? Do you think Future is out there shooting people?
The conversation is about Drake.
No.
and Kendrick.
That's why y'all wanted to be that.
Well,
but y'all can't have double standards in rap.
It's not double standards.
It is
bro.
double standards.
No, it's
in
about
rap.
being authentic.
It is
It's
double
about
standards
being
in rap.
authentic because hip hop.
He's authentic to himself,
bro. It's originated from our culture, from our streets. Period.
Yeah,
Drake can't relate to none of that because he ain't from none of that.
And they've been fantasy rapping since the beginning, talking about money they didn't have, talking about girls they didn't really have, and talking about drugs they really didn't do.
That's
like,
fine.
come on,
but that's narrowed down.
Fantasy.
But that's narrowed down to these two individuals who's going at it right now.
As soon as one of them get in trouble, they like, oh, it's just art.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean? That's always the fallback on. Oh, it ain't real life. It's art.
Listen. You can't save Drake, bro.
I ain't trying to save
Drake.
There's nothing
Drake
to be
getting
saved.
exposed, bro.
Exposed by what?
It's over for him, bro.
Y'all, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't got nothing to talk about in your raps. Them bars ain't bars. Name one line where Drake said something. You was like, oh, damn, that was hot. Can't remember that. He ain't got none of that.
Name one to Kendrick.
Bro, the whole song, all right. We gonna be all right. That's hot. Come on, man.
Name a line.
And he talking about the culture.
Name a line.
Bro, you can't.
Recite a line.
Bro, you can't use my shit against me.
No, recite a line.
That shot was for you, Drizzy.
I took the shot. Now I'm throwing one back. Recite a line.
You ain't never answered the question.
Recite a line. I'm saying
everything gonna be all right.
Yeah, all right. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Rich Spirit.
This is what I'm saying. It's double standards. You say, you can't even remember a line from Drake. You can't remember a line from Kendrick.
Listen, right now, I know Drake would appreciate the light skin unity, bro, but not that.
It ain't even light skin unity. I could be chocolate. Man. I could be chocolate, and what I see is what I see is because he's light skinned and mixed and from Toronto. Y'all try to tear his car down. Like he can rap. Like he can rap.
I will say
this. And actually, if Kendrick Lamar would have put out the style of that second disc, we're using Tupac and Snoop, he would be gratified for that. He would be hailed the king of, oh, that was out the box. Oh, he created something, and if he'd have used something like that, they would have nominated him the greatest rapper of all time. But because it was Drake, and I told you this on the time, because of Drake's image, he's always going to be behind the 8 ball because y'all always going to try to undercut his success and say, well, he ain't from the hood. He ain't grow up in the hood. That don't count. You a good artist. You a good artist.
Well, you can't undercut his success because the numbers are there. But what we just talking about is the shit that you rap about. There's no substance there.
None of them is.
That's not true.
None of them is.
That's not true. If you listen,
none of them is. Megan Thee Stallion? She's a college graduate. She don't go through none of that shit that she talk about. Again, she don't do none of that shit she talk about.
We ain't talking about Meg. We talking about
but we
Drizzy.
talking about rappers. That's what I'm saying. Y'all try to pick out Drake like everybody else ain't doing the same thing.
The reality is this: what do Drake actually add to the culture or add to hip hop?
Good music. That's all he's supposed to do.
It's not good music. Ain't no substance to it. I can't
say
it's
good music.
It's no substance. That's that milk
What
music.
is the substance of Future's album that you said is the greatest album that he's ever done? What is the substance?
Greatest album that he's ever done, yes.
Yeah, so what is the substance?
He's talking about his upbringing, his past, and he's actually like that.
He is not like that.
Future is like that. He's probably one of the most consistent rappers in the last decade.
No, just because he's consistent, he's not doing none of the stuff he's talking about.
Well, the numbers ain't lying. He ain't getting as high as he say he do. There's no
motherfucking
so he's
way. Lying.
But he definitely getting high.
He's lying.
He
That's
definitely
what I'm
getting
saying.
high.
He's lying. Well, who else? Who else said they don't allow their kid? Cardi B don't even let her daughter listen to her own music. Like this is ridiculous.
That's fine, bro. Drake is getting exposed.
They are these rappers are totally different people outside of what they rapping about. Okay. And Drake is no different. And y'all not gonna put here and sit here and act like he's the only one doing it when they all doing it. Like I said, Kendrick Lamar if he's so black powered and conscious rap, why he ain't got a sister that looks like him? Why did he go get a mixed lady wife?
Oh, you gotta ask him that, but that ain't got nothing to do with Drake. I see what you.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with Drake, y'all. Because y'all try like, no, it's not a constant spin. It's bringing up his hypocritical stuff and everything. Like he talked about, I hate your clothes. I posted the same thing. You seen it on there. He had the same outfit Drake on, and now you hate the outfits. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it, bro. You worked with him. You was grateful to be on stage with him.
And let me
all
ask,
that. If you felt about that, if he felt about that, he should have never ever did songs with him, never been on stage with him, or nothing like that. But what he did is he seen he was a good rapper. He seen it was hot, and he hopped along. And now that he think he's bigger than him, he acting crazy.
No, that's not it.
Yeah,
that's not it, bro.
What is it?
Drake run is over.
It's not over.
It's over. He's getting exposed.
What has he got exposed about? What? That's what I'm saying. Y'all keep telling me he got exposed.
At the end of the day,
what he got exposed?
Because now you actually got to rap and have bars, and you got to have content.
Rapped.
Hold on. He got to have content. And when you listen to his songs, there's no real content. All you do is rap about chicks, bro. Chicks who broke your heart or chicks you trying to nail. There's no substance in what you talking about.
Who are you listening to that does that? Who are you listening to that does that? Who? Just let me know.
Kendrick ain't on that. And I'm trying to keep it at Kendrick.
I don't want to keep it at Kendrick. I don't want to keep it at Kendrick because you
ain't got no argument.
No,
for Kendrick.
because
Kendrick makes conscious rap.
Yeah, so what?
And it works. And it
all
sells.
The rappers you don't listen to don't.
J. Cole make conscious rap.
Come on, bro.
He do.
You listen to Future. You listen. What's the album that you said before that?
Hold up. But go back to J. Cole. I go to J. Cole concert. That's my guy.
Yeah.
He got bars, but his rap is conscious for the culture. And you hear his growth in his music. Come on, you got to keep it.
It's half and half.
Okay, that's fair.
It's half and half.
But it's
not
there.
Conscious rap.
It is conscious rap.
It's not conscious.
But it's there.
It's there.
Okay. You don't get none of that from Drake, bro.
Okay, you don't get that from a lot of rappers. When you get that from, Lil Baby.
We ain't talking about Lil Baby. No.
Why is he in a different lane? Why is he in a different lane than other rappers?
See, every time I catch you, you change it to another rapper.
You're not catching me because you're telling me that you don't listen to him because of this particular thing, but you listen to these other rappers who are not conscious.
No, I'm telling you, Drake ain't talking about shit in his
Lil Baby's not talking about shit. Future's not talking about that. Why? But why can't you listen to them and not have that argument?
And honestly, here's the thing: you ain't spending. I'm
asking you, why don't you hold them accountable like you holding Drake? Why are you holding Drake accountable? Because Kendrick Lamar says so?
Well, since you asked it, I'm gonna go and answer that. Check this out.
Please do.
How long Drake been rapping now, bro?
Probably about close to 20 years.
No, not yet. Let's go with solid 15. Solid 15. So where's the growth in your music? When do you become conscious? Considering now, let's be honest.
It's more than 15.
Hold on. Okay, well, let's take an argument. Here's the thing, though. But the growth of the music. At some point, you got to grow up. You got to become conscious about what you, especially if you got a shitload of fans like you do. At the end of the day, hold on. We got to hear your growth in your music.
Why?
For example, hold on. Can I make this point, please? Here's why. Because you want to stay relevant. And at the end of the day, that's not your life no more. Here, for example, 50 Cent can't talk about, or Jay can't talk about selling drugs in the projects no more. You know why? Because these motherfuckers is millionaires and billionaires. So in saying that, we should hear that growth in your music. For example, if you got a son right now, which Drake do, shouldn't you bring it down a little bit when it comes to the women? Because your son's going to hear your music. You understand what I'm saying?
This is mind blowing. This is really mind blowing.
Yeah, but because it's facts, bro.
This is what I'm talking about. It's not facts.
And at the end of the day, check this out. Like you just said, he's been at it for a very long time. You got over he about to have 10 #1 albums, which will be a record, right? Breaking Michael Jackson record or tying Michael Jackson record. Is that correct? Okay, where's the growth in your music? Where you pulling up the culture, giving us information? For example, Jay did that 444. Oh my God. We gotta hear your growth, bro. You're damn near 40.
Pulling up the culture. He's helped artists get their #1 hits.
We talking about the culture. We talking about the culture.
We heard them. Why does he have to bring up the culture and the other rappers don't?
Where do hip hop come from, bro? The streets, the culture. You should be trying to lift the culture and the community up. Give us some food sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Jay give us food. J. Cole give us food. Kendrick Lamar give us food.
Guess what?
Drake don't give us that.
How did they come in? Talking about street stuff.
Yeah, they grew up.
Drake didn't come in like that.
Because he ain't got a story to tell.
So that's not his fault. Okay. He's not lying on a record. He coming in partying. Okay. Why do you want him to change when he don't have to change?
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You do not.
If I put you like this, if you want those lifelong fans, for example,
he's lifelong fans. Like you're talking.
He didn't get there yet. First of all,
oh my God,
he ain't get there yet, bro.
You just said he's about to break Michael Jackson's record.
So he put out too much freaking music. That's why
that you hate on him.
That's not hate. There's no substance in it when you putting out that much music.
So you saying he don't have lifelong fans, yet he's about to break Michael Jackson's record to the most number ones. That don't math.
No, here's the math that you did.
That don't
wrap
math.
Your head around this. At some point, bro, it need to be some substance in your content.
No, it doesn't.
You too smart. You too rich. You got so many life experiences in being rich. We need to hear more from you, bro. We should expect more.
No.
We should expect more.
You should expect what you get.
Nah, bro.
He don't have to change.
It's growth in everything.
He didn't come in talking about killing and all that. So yes, a rapper like that's not doing it no more and growing up, yeah, that's not believable. But Drake didn't come in on that type stuff. He came in on regular party stuff with some tough lyrics. Like, he don't have to change. You know why he don't have to change? Because he didn't come in at a point where you gotta grow. Like, he can do what he's doing. Like, it's no thing. That's like telling Arnold Schwarzenegger to stop making shoot 'em up movies. It's working. That's what you do. You can't do it. You ain't gotta do nothing else. You gonna continue to make shoot 'em up movies.
Bro, that man is a very popular artist. Very talented artist. I'm not gonna say nothing about Drake talent, but because it's there. The boy is super talented.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, bro, because you've been at it a long time, let's be honest, bro. It should be some growth in your music. But at the end of the day,
what do you want him to rap about?
Hold on. And because you want to call yourself the best, which if that's what you want to say you are, because the only reason why you can consider yourself the best because you put out the most freaking music. That doesn't mean it's good music. Hold on. That doesn't mean it's good music. It doesn't mean the content is even motivating. When you listen to Kendrick music, you gonna get some motivation. You gonna get some culture shit. You also gonna get some real insight on where we need to be as a people, or some of the shit that we suffered from. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some food from it. Same thing with J. Cole. You're going to get some of that at the very least. Drake, the music he put out, it's cool, but it ain't quality shit. It's never been quality shit.
It's not quality to you.
It's
the
not,
numbers, his fans say it's different.
That's fine. That's
you
fair.
Want him to be what you want him to be.
No. I just expect more. You've been at it a long time.
Why would you expect more when I'm doing what I do at the top of the level? Like, how do you expect anything else but greatness that I put out every time? If I'm number one every time, that means I don't have to change up now. Why would I change up when I'm number one? That's crazy.
No, it's not about changing.
That's like having the best team and then say, all right, I'm going to just get rid of all y'all and just try to do it differently. Why?
It ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. It's a picture like this. If you want to compare it to sports, you come in as a rookie. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. In your second, third, fourth year, you're not making them same mistakes anymore because you grew. You studied the game. You became better. So we're going to take that to music now. That same process, we're going to pertain that to music now. Your first album could have been about hanging out, partying, whatever. Your next album, some of the same shit, but now you got a little bit of a different kind of content coming with the music now. At the end of the day, it's about growth and everything. And because you got a ton of fans, your popularity is at an all-time high, at the end of the day, if I'm one of your true fans, which I'm not, I like your music though, but I'm not a fan of Drake. At the end of the day, I just feel like it need to be more substance because you gravitate to a lot of people. So pull some of them up within the community because they could be struggling. Everything can't be a party or mess around with this chick or I hate this chick because, it's just pitch like this. You can do better, my guy. Because you've been at it a long time. He should want to. He got a kid.
What does that have to do with it? Is Jeezy gonna stop being Jeezy because he got a kid?
No, I just think when you have a kid, you become more conscious about certain things that you do.
Okay,
your actions matter.
Has Jeezy's
your words
music
matter.
changed since he had a kid?
Bro, we're not talking about Jeezy.
Right, because you holding the standard to Drake because you don't like Drake, but you don't hold the standard to these other rappers.
No, you put Drake at the top of the food chain, right?
As far as popular artists, yeah.
Okay, so in saying that, with him growing as a man, he damn near 40, right?
Okay.
Having a kid, a son. That should be that should be communicated in your music. The growth of your son. The shit you showing him. Absolutely. Hell yeah. First of all, let's be honest.
Stop it.
Let's be honest.
Stop
How many rappers? I'll take Jay. Jay talk about his kids all the fucking time. He proud. He give a shit. What he doing out here, the moves he making to set up his feet, he don't have to. He do not have to.
He had to change because it wasn't believable. He talked the street talk, so he had to change because he's not street. Drake don't have to change because he didn't talk that street talk. He talked party. And yes, you could party till 40. You could party till 50. You could party for the rest of your life. Look at you, Hefner. He partied till he died. You don't have to change. You're not killing nobody, so it's not, everything's believable. You could party like it's 1999 forever. So wanting him to change is something you want him to do when he don't need to do.
I put you like this. It should
especially when you don't hold other rappers accountable to the same standard.
That's matter of fact, you keep trying to put it on other rappers.
I'm putting it on your art. Drake no, you're trying to put it on that. But you can't. You can't. When you're talking about rap culture, you're talking about every rapper. So when you say, oh, he got to lift the culture up, well, the other rappers got to lift the culture too. You can't just not let them lead them. Oh, because he looked like that or he like that and he came from that. You got to tell him to grow up too. Tell Jeezy to make some conscious music. Tell Lil Wayne to make some conscious music. Tell all them cats. Tell Lil Baby. Tell who else? Anybody. All them cats that make that music that's old, yeah, tell them too.
Listen, you can't say nigga no more.
Nah, he can't.
We don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
And this, this is a guy challenging a biracial guy when he has biracial kids. That shit is amazing to me. That is amazing to me,
bro.
Challenging the validity because his kids ain't gonna grow up in the hood. So is his kids gonna be less black because they ain't grow up in the hood?
At the end of the day, he damn sure rapping about teaching them how to be disciplined, teaching them substance, showing them how to be a man.
How you know that? You there with him?
Well, no, he's rapping about it.
Okay.
So if he's consciously
he's rapping about taking chains. Is he doing that?
Hold on. You made this comment. So if he's going to take the time to rap about it, knowing at some point his kid's going to be exposed to his music, yeah, he's conscious. That's growth, bro. Right there.
Growth.
That's
growth. So what about snatching change and taking tattoos?
What do you mean?
What you mean? Is that for his son too?
No.
Or you just omit that part?
No. Yo, you funny.
I'm just saying.
Yo, we got some light skin unity going on.
I'm just saying, if he's growing up and his son is going to listen to his music, when he say that, does he omit that part?
He probably will.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He gonna have to keep it a bean.
Y'all pick and choose like, oh my God, he's this proud. And then he's talking, and what he's doing, talking about black on black crime.
No, seriously, on a serious note, and let me make this point. This is some real shit, right? From a cultural standpoint, we all love hip hop. We grew up with it. It originated from the streets. It's definitely ours here in America. Drake ain't from America. That's number one. So there's really nothing he can contribute to the actual culture because he can't relate. Secondly, I'm just making some valid points, bro. And honestly, again, what? He can't even talk about the grind of things because he ain't never had the grind.
How he ain't never had the grind?
He was on TV. What's the name of the show? Saved by the Bell.
Degrassi.
Oh, damn! You know the name of his show?
It was a popular show, teen show. I didn't watch it, but it was a popular teen show.
damn, yeah, it's some light skin unity.
No, they
I
know
don't
like
know the
Unity. It was a popular show.
Okay. But no, on a serious note, because of where hip hop come from, how it originates, yeah, artists go in different directions. That's cool. That's
So
cool.
Slick Rick ain't part of the culture because he's not from America.
Oh man, see, I always try to see. He won't never let me finish my point.
Because you
He
be
ain't got
saying
nothing,
you
bro.
be saying ridiculous stuff.
That's not
bro.
ridiculous, bro.
So is
my
Slick Rick?
man can't relate to nothing within our culture because he ain't never been through nothing
Okay.
within our culture. You got to be in the culture to understand what it's like to walk outside your door, knowing this might be the last night you walk outside your door.
Have you ever? Now I can speak from this. Have you ever experienced racism from black and white people
No, just
about your skin color? Now, see, I can speak on this because I've done with it. I've dealt with it.
No,
You're never too black enough for the black community. You're not light enough for the white people. Even though I'm not white, I'm just saying I understand that thing. So when he growing up, how you know he didn't go through a struggle where he's in school and if he went to an all white school and he had to deal with racism and the black thing up there, or he went to a black school and because he was light, he had to deal with that.
Well, if he did, he should have rapped about it. That's substance.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're automatic because you don't rap about it. That mean it didn't happen?
But ain't that hip hop?
No, that's not just hip
Hip
hop.
hop is your personal
Hip hop
stories.
is fantasy too.
Okay, but that's a real thing that affected you in your life growing up. But now, because of where hip hop comes from and it's your personal story, you should definitely have that in one of your songs with all the freaking music you put out. That should be a bar somewhere.
Why?
And it's relatable.
Because
and
you
can
want
help. No, because it's a true story that affected you, and you can help other people. You said you went through it.
Yeah.
So and you're not a rapper, but he is. But if he went through it, he should put that out there. He really should.
So psychologically, you think music affects you and can help you.
It's how you gravitate to it. First, you got to be able to relate, to let that song gravitate to you. That's number one. Or else it's just a song.
So I don't understand.
What do you
Is
ask?
it does music affect you psychologically?
No,
In order for music to help you, it had to affect you psychologically, right?
I can tell you what music do for me. Again, you trying to make a general, no, that's not a general thing because it affects music. People affect music.
So why do you want him to talk about his story?
Because it's true. It's just a truthful.
But you just said it can help people.
Listen, if you went through something that might have been hard and tough for you growing up that you had to figure out, right? You had to figure that out.
Yes.
To get past that. So you should rap about that. You're an entertainer. And not only that.
Maybe he don't like to talk about it.
Hold on. Not only that, it's other people that have experienced the same thing, like yourself. You just acknowledged that. So if you're in position to help, and that's part of your community, I think you rap about it to pull that person up.
So music affects you psychologically.
Again, it would be that particular person, Mar.
Yes.
You're trying to box me in. You know, we all listen to music, but we listen to it differently.
Agree. But you're saying that in general, music has a psychology.
It's not a general thing, and that's what you're trying to make.
You're making a general point.
No, I'm making a point where if you was affected by something, if you saying Drake was affected by something, or if you was a rapper and that affected you,
I have the right not to talk about it.
You have the right to. It go either way. You have the right.
But I had the right not to.
But if that is true,
you're saying he should, so it could help pull up somebody else.
If that's me, I would.
Yeah, because you know music affects you psychologically.
No, because not only, yes, that particular person that it actually affected, it would help that person in particular. Because again, across the board, you can't say that because a lot of people ain't go through that.
Yeah.
So it's saying
but music affects you psychologically. That's why you dance to it. That's why you can cry to it. That's why you can laugh with it. Music affects you psychologically.
Okay, you stay there with that. I'm not fucking with that one.
All right, I'm just saying.
I'm just making a point where if it's something that happened to you in your life and you are an entertainer, you're in position to talk about it or not talk about it. But I think in Drake's case, because it's hip hop that he's a part of, he should definitely rap about that.
Yeah.
I would. If I was a rapper, right, I'm saying I would.
Right. So
But if you choose
just like you said, it don't affect you because you take it differently. He don't have to rap the way you say.
That's fine.
Rap.
It's a lot of things he haven't rapped like. He didn't rap about getting beat the fuck up by Diddy and Diddy separating his shoulder. I understand why. I get all that. Okay. You pick and choose the shit you want to rap about. Yeah. So I understand all that.
Just like Kendrick ain't talk about him bringing him on tour and putting him on. Right?
He actually did. You read the lyrics.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Before that.
I swear to God, he actually.
That's a diss record. This is for him to diss. I'm saying before that.
He actually rapped about it in this rap. Play the record. You'll hear it.
The diss track?
Yes, he actually talked about it.
I said before that.
Don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's really irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant because he only talking about it to try to diss him. He ain't, like you said, he experienced it. He's been in the game for what, 10 years?
About 15. I get Drake like.
I'm talking about Kendrick.
They in the same. Remember, they was all on that XL magazine.
Yeah,
they all in the same litter.
I know.
That's the beauty of this too, as well.
And he brung these guys up. Gave them their number.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
He brung them up. He gave them exposure. Told them how the game worked.
Whoa, I don't agree with that. I damn sure don't agree with that.
He put him on tour.
Just because you put him on tour, that don't mean you brought him up, bro.
That means you helped him in the business. He didn't help him in the business?
Especially when you're being mentored by Top Dog and Dr. Dre. No.
Stop.
Fuck, that's facts.
Stop.
What song the first how we got exposed to Kendrick was on Dr. Dre's song. So that's a mentorship.
That's no mentor, but so when showing you how to be successful in the tour game.
I don't think that's Drake. That's not Drake.
Oh, okay.
That's not Drake, bro.
Right.
That's not Drake, bro. You're on the West Coast. Again, you're being mentored by Dr. Dre, Top Dog. I'm pretty sure Snoop is part of that circle as well. You're getting a lot of information.
Okay.
You're getting a lot of information.
Who are you on tour with? Are you on tour with them?
I'm talking about just being in the same.
Has he been on tour with them?
I'm just talking about he been on the tour with Drake. I'm talking about in the same room.
Yeah, I know.
So at the end of the day, it's information.
Well, could you agree that it's different in a football player telling you how to play and you going on and seeing how to play? It's two different things, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, let's be real honest.
Yeah.
What's more impactful? The guy helping you on the field or the guy helping you off the field?
No, it's actually the person who's giving you the information. Because now it's on you to go execute.
Still on you to execute, but what's better? What's better for people?
Information.
Okay.
Yes, information.
Information.
Well, you can learn on the job, so it's information.
Correct.
Can you learn on the job?
Yeah, but you have to somebody have to teach you.
You gotta that's the information part.
That's my point. You gotta be on the job. Like
you ain't get that from Drake. Drake ain't that.
What's better?
Drake ain't that.
If I told you to do the stock market right now, if I gave you the information, what would be better? Me showing you of what I do, or you trying to learn it and read about it?
Well, you putting me on, so you giving me information. So
I'm just
now,
asking you which is better.
I'm still gotta learn this shit.
I understand, but which is better? Learn it on your own or helping or somebody else who's doing it, do it.
Have somebody help you.
Okay.
Because that process will be quicker. That makes sense?
Your process will be quicker. And if he's doing it successful, all you got to do is mimic him.
No.
Oh, okay.
You steal from every mentor, but the actual mentor ain't going to give you all the jewels, bro. Every mentor will tell you that. I'm not going to give you all the jewels, but I'm going to give you the information to put you on. Who's giving away all the jewels?
Everybody I've ever mentored didn't, as far as I know, didn't hold back and didn't tell me I ain't gonna tell you everything. I wouldn't even do that. That's ridiculous.
Well, in my profession, working with amazing chefs, bro, they ain't show me everything that they know. Well, I will become better. You know what I'm saying? They damn sure ain't gonna give me all the keys. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
But back to Kendrick and Drake. At the end of the day, one is actually the culture, and one is not.
That's not true.
But Drake is not part of the culture, bro. But I will say, talent-wise, popularity, record sales, And he has a machine behind him. The boy Lucian is a machine behind him who controls his spends, who finances everything he wants to do. These are facts.
And these are not facts. These are things that people say that has no. Show me a fact that he does.
Well, let me
show me a fact that he do it, or you gonna show me words that somebody said.
No, I'm gonna tell you a fact, and you can look this up.
Okay.
Drake is signed to Republic Records. Then look who owns and runs Republic Records.
It's always an owner.
I'm sorry.
It's always an owner of a company.
Okay, but that person who actually is the machine behind Drake.
That makes no sense. So that's like saying Dr. Dre is the machine behind them. Of course, TDE, like, this is ridiculous.
Let me say this then.
This is ridiculous.
Maybe this is enlighten you just a little bit more. That person is damn near 80% of the industry.
Oh shit.
Yes. His name is Lucian. Bro.
I know his name.
So in saying that, there's definitely validity and truth to that shit.
Validity and truth.
And what I like about what Drake did, I'm gonna tell you what he control what gets played.
So
because he's 80% of the music industry.
So who are the other artists on this Republic? Why aren't they just as big? If he controls the spins, why ain't everybody on his roster?
Taylor Swift's on that same label.
Who else? Everybody should be everybody.
You can look it up. But these are some huge artists. So the influence from Lucian is there. Facts. You the Googler. I'm getting this information, I'm just running through it, scrolling it, I'm catching shit here and there, and I'm like, oh, Drizzy got a machine behind him. That helps the popularity. And it helps him to give him the ability to put out 3-4 albums in a year or some shit. Republic Records. We go right to that. Republic Records, baby. Drake got a machine behind him. He need help. Mm-hmm. He got to get saved. Because he ain't from the culture.
Okay.
Here go the artists. Here go the artists. Here we go.
Who's Farjo?
We got
Angelina Jordan, Anthony Ramos.
Go ahead, run it down.
Bastilli, Benny, Big Boss Vita, Billy Porter, Bo Berman, Camilo, Chesley Cutler, Chinchilla, Cherry 22, Climax 2, Clarice, Conan Gray, Claro.
You missed quite a few
Daddy
people.
Yankee. I'm going down the list. I'm just going down the list. Daniel Caesar, Dents, Drake, Dream, Dylan Gossett, Eddie Vedder, MB Ho, Flo, Florence and the Machine, Foggy Ra, Ferrari, Herbo. Herbo definitely ain't just Giant Rooks, Girl Named Tom, Glass Animals, Goatee, Greta Van Fleet, Heidi Henderson, Hoku, E.T., Jacquees, Jack Johnson, James Baby, James Blake, Jeremy Zucker, Joe West, James Hop, John Legend, Jonas Brothers, KB Mike, Joe Ole, Kid Cudi, Kim Petras, Liam Payne, Leith Ross. Like, I'm down to at least 50.
So check this out.
And how they not all top.
So this is what we gonna do.
If they got a machine.
Let me tell you this what we gonna do.
Okay.
Because on any label in the music industry, it's facts, bro. You got your popular artists and you got your ones that's not so popular.
But if you got the machine.
Hold on, let me make the point. So, and you missed a few names, which are pretty fucking big. Okay. Well, you missed Nicki Minaj.
Okay, Nicki Minaj. That's 5 people out of 50.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And Drake. So we just go, and The Weeknd, we go over them 4 names. So let me give you an example of how that shit works. So, in these 4 big super artists, and these are super artists, we're going to put them on a whole nother threshold. If you're the record label, you're investing most of your money in those 4 so you can recoup your dollars. It's an investment. So, an Akon, who's also on Republic Records too, who ain't put out an album and God knows when, he's going to be on the shelf. The Jonas Brothers, they pretty popular, but they ain't up there with the Taylor Swifts and the Drizzys. They're going to be on the shelf. No, these is facts. That's how the record industry works.
Yeah, but when you say you got a machine behind you.
That is a machine. That's a machine.
When you have a machine behind you and you say, oh, he's only big because he has a machine behind you, he's big because he's an artist that people like. So, of course, the artists that are good are going to get good. If the machine could just work for anybody, then all the motherfuckers would be big. All of them. The machine just don't say, I'm going to pick you and sign you and waste money on you and just only do you. If I have a machine that I can guarantee that everybody's success, guarantees success, everybody's going to be successful. That logic don't work. Just because out of 100 people, I got 5 people that's live, that's 5 out of 100. That's 5%. That ain't good. That's not a good ratio to success. So when you say I have a machine, he has a machine that puts him ahead of everybody else. Well, what about the other 100 artists? That's not. So the machine obviously don't just work like that. Obviously the artist has something to do with it.
Well, the actual way that it works, some of that point in, some of that's violent, some of it ain't. But understand how a record label works. You are an investment. So at the end of the day,
everybody's the investment.
Yes. So
okay.
So at the end of the day, let's say for example, none of these artists ever put out music before. So Drake puts out a song, and then Taylor Swift puts out a song. So now the public, they're gonna pick and popularize one of those songs. So at the end of the day, this is what happens. Drake's song was more popular than Taylor Swift. So that record labels now is gonna gear all their money, all their marketing, all their salesmanship behind Drake because the public gravitated to his music first. So in saying that, that's how the games work. So Taylor Swift would pit on the shelf because she's not more popular and the fans didn't gravitate to her the same way they gravitated to Drake. That's how the record industry works.
Right, but the artist has to be popular. The record company doesn't just put them in position to be successful.
Well, that's the point I just made.
The people have to. So when you say, "Oh, he got some machine behind you," it's not because it's the machine. It's not because he's got on that record label. It's because he's like you said, the public picked him and they want him.
So like, here's the point I was trying to make. So they would put the marketing dollars behind Drake to push him out there more. That's how that works. So Taylor Swift, she won't get marketing money.
So why sign these other, if you're not, make it make sense.
Talent.
Why sign them?
You sign
and not push them and lose money on them.
The reason why you sign anybody is talent. That's number one.
Well, the reason because you see the talent and you want to invest in them and try to make money.
Okay.
So if I'm the machine, like y'all say, you can make artists, then why you don't make them?
What you mean make artists? Well, I don't get
that. When people insinuate, he got a machine behind him, that's taking credibility from him and saying that, he got somebody pushing. You said he controls the spins. Well, if he controls the spins
and the streaming and all that,
so then he could control the spins on the other artists too. At some point, it got to be the artist who the people want. They just can't put nobody in front of you and not is not the artist. That's ridiculous.
When you on a label with others, you gotta wait your turn. That's how it works. Because it ain't enough money to go around. The marketing dollars ain't enough to go around to be pushing that artist out front.
Marketing and streaming.
It's marketing their music, pushing his popularity. That's the marketing.
That
the
lane
popularity.
has been closed.
No, it's not. It'll never be closed.
That lane, that marketing,
It'll never be closed.
What are they marketing on Drake?
Well, you don't have to market him no more. He's been in the game long enough where you don't have to.
When did they market him?
When he first came out.
So why have they signed people after that?
You said that they did, or why did they?
Why did they? If they not gonna, if your logic is they gonna put all the money behind Drake, why do I gotta sign anybody else if I'm not going to do them?
Talent.
What does that mean?
You sign anybody because they're talented. Now, whether they reach their potential.
But if you're saying I'm not gonna put money into them.
No, that's not what I said.
You said all the marketing dollars goes to that guy. They don't get marketing. They have to wait.
It goes to the most popular artist who's bringing in a dollar. So if you let me make the point, this is the way any record label works, whether it was Rockefeller or Republic. Jay got the most marketing dollars because he's that guy.
Yeah.
So in saying that, Beans would have to wait till Dre album dropped. Dre tour was over. Who's next up? And a perfect example, when we was talking about the whole Steve style a few episodes ago, Jay said that when 50 Cent was about to come out. Y'all better hurry up and put this music out because that boy 50 Cent is coming. That's the way the games work. So in making that point again, you have to take that most popular artist and push them out there. That means your marketing money is going to him. All your all your expenses. Now, when his popularity dies down or them record sales start to slow down, then you can grab another artist who's talented, because they're all talented. That's why you signed them. And try to push them out there and keep your wave going within the label.
So is your success based on the label or yourself?
It's both. It's a partnership.
It's not.
It's a partnership.
It's not.
Then why you think they signing 360 deals? It's a partnership.
It's not based on that. They signing 360 deals because the artist has already made himself established and they want to invest and try to make money off of it. Yes. It's up to the artist. If you a bum artist, they not offering you a 360 deal, right?
No, you just be independent.
Right. My point exactly. So when labels give you 360 deals and big deals, it's because you have established yourself as that. They don't make you. The people who listen to your music make you. I don't care how much money you put into it.
That's not actually correct. It was actually correct. If you're a first time artist and you signed a 360 deal, perfect example. Pop Smoke. He didn't have no albums out, but his first deal was a 360 deal. Pop Smoke.
Because he had a hit.
Listen to the point. He had a 360 deal before he had a hit. So when saying that, because when you're independent, you're paying for your own marketing. You're paying for your own touring. You're paying for everything out of pocket. And you doing all the legwork. So part of that 360, they'll do their part while you can be in the studio making the freaking music. It's a partnership. And this is where a lot of artists now, this is why they accept them deals, because they realize being independent, bro, it's a lot of legwork, bro. Because you're doing everything by yourself. And you need money and resources to keep going at it, pitting that shit out, because it's a grind. Music is a grind, bro. You think you're going to stay hot forever? You're not.
Drake has.
So going back to Drake, Drake was given, at the end of the day, Drake was given his platform by Lil Wayne. Let's be clear. Let's keep it a bean and let's be clear. Because honestly,
it was a bidding war. Like, oh my God, this is crazy.
It was a bidding war for Drake?
Yes.
Where you get that from?
Puff and Lil Wayne. Yes. The bidding war for Drake.
Drake was signed in the bathroom by Lil Wayne after he freestyled. I don't think Puff wanted Drake. And actually, I can't even say that if that's true or not. All I know is he found him in the bathroom. He heard the boy on the internet spitting. He flew him out to such and such. He rapped for him in the bathroom, and Wayne signed him from there. At that time, Wayne is the biggest artist in the world. Had the game on lock. So when saying that, that's the platform that he jumped on. He jumped on Lil Wayne Kotek, which is fine. Whatever you got to do. Now he's the biggest rap artist in the game. And it ain't because of his lyrics. Let's be clear. His popularity is at an all-time high. I give the man his due. That's a talented brother. Clearly, work ethic got to be crazy because you put out so much music. But at the end of the day, in this situation, going against Kendrick, bro, because you're not part of the culture, actually, you're going to lose. You're going to get exposed, bro. Because there's nothing that you can rap about that we actually can relate to other than the chicks, bro. What's been your struggle? Trying to get a new TV series? On Nickelodeon? What's been your struggle, bro? You had cats running you down? You was in a couple shootouts? What's your struggle? Where's your grind at? You know what I'm saying?
The grind was
within the trenches. Within the trenches, where you grind at?
Why does it have to be in the trenches?
Because that's going to be the substance of your legs, my guy.
No, it's not going to be the substance of his legs because he's the #1 artist for 10 years without being anything. Just because you don't like it don't mean it got to be true, bro.
No, the numbers don't lie.
Just because you don't
The numbers don't lie. What we talking about is the substance of your rap. And it won't ever be none because you're not part of the culture.
He don't have to have substance in his rap of culture. He doesn't have
really
to talk
do,
about.
bro.
He doesn't have
really
to talk
bro.
about killing. Like that's crazy. He doesn't have to talk about killing because he didn't struggle. Because he didn't struggle like somebody else who like that shit's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
But understand this though. If you didn't do none of that, you didn't struggle, you ain't do none of that.
Did Kanye struggle?
In what way? Because he
Anyway.
struggled to get on. Hell yeah.
Struggled to get on. Did he struggle in life with his mom?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
He's from a single parent in the Chicago,
didn't
south side of Chicago.
She was a nurse and or something like that.
Okay, but you in the country.
You ain't struggling.
Bro, that ain't Toronto.
That ain't struggling.
Yes, it is.
That
South
ain't
side of Chicago, you struggling to
That ain't
get
struggling.
you struggling to get home every motherfucking
No,
day
yeah.
safely, bro. What you talking about?
That ain't no.
Oh no, that's a tweak right there. You struggling to get home every day, bro. Facts. South side of
That
Chicago.
ain't struggling.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Drake and Kanye ain't.
No, Ye struggle. Yeah, and he rapped about some of that too.
What?
Some of that in his struggle growing the fuck up and trying to get put on. How many doors he got slammed in his
I
face?
ain't talking about put on.
And nobody never took Kanye serious when it came to his music.
Because he didn't struggle.
No, nobody took him serious. That's why
He didn't struggle.
No, he struggled.
What did he struggle in?
You know how many groups he was in? Slum Village.
No, I'm not talking about music career. I'm talking about life. Like you're talking about Drake struggling.
Honestly, well, if you really break down Kanye's story, bro, he chose not to be in the gang. Chicago's all gang life. Music kept him out the gangs and the gangs. The fuck
There's gangs everywhere, brother.
Bro, no it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No it ain't.
Gangs right here in this city right here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll picture you like this. From where I'm from, we don't do the gangs. We do the blocks. We don't do gangs.
All right, that's what I'm saying. You want him to live your life.
No, I ain't say that. I said
because you're saying
I didn't say that.
You're,
That ain't what I said.
You're discounting his career because he didn't grow up in the struggle.
You're discounting Kanye's career.
No, I'm just going off the same logic.
No,
that you're giving me.
But the factual logic with fucking Kanye growing up on the south side of Chicago, bro, at the end of the day, if it wasn't for that music, he probably would have ended up in the gang because that's the life out.
We can't say that. Just like you said, you can't say it.
That is true.
You can't say that.
That is true. But clearly he made a good decision.
And so did Drake.
Well, what was he running from? What did he have to make a decision from?
It could have been when he got.
I'm gonna stop auditioning for TV shows on Nickelodeon. That was a struggle.
So
what the fuck, bro?
Looking at
what the fuck,
looking
bro?
to act and get out his situation of living in his mom's basement. Like that, you fought him for that. You fought him for looking for an acting career.
No.
You fought him for not wanting to sell drugs or not going that route. You fought him for that.
No,
yeah, it sounds like you faulting him.
No, let's be clear.
All right, be clear.
I'm faulting him for rapping about the same shit for 10 years without having no substance
you gotta fault
to your music. Because at the end of the day, we know you're talented, bro. But can we hear some growth?
All right. So you gotta put that label on every rapper too. You can't put that label on Drake.
Only if they gonna call themselves the best.
All rappers call themselves the best.
That ain't true, bro.
Who don't call themselves the best?
There's a lot of rappers. They know they ain't the fucking best.
All of them know they ain't the best, but they all call themselves the best. Like, come on, that's cat. That's somebody you just talking ridiculous now, man.
Bro.
They all say they the best.
Yeah, can't fuck with that one, bro.
Yeah, they all say they the best.
Well, at the end of the day, the people decide that, but let's keep it a bean. Let's say this. Drake right now, and I'm gonna go with the sales, popularity. He's the best artist, but he's not the best rapper.
No, he's not.
Kendrick is the best rapper.
He's not either.
Who is then, bro, in your opinion?
The best rapper?
Yes, yeah.
Right now?
Yes.
Without sales?
Come on, man. Who?
I'm asking.
Fuck the numbers. Best rapper. Pure talent.
Probably Jadakiss.
I can't even argue that, bro. And I will say this. Actually, I can argue that.
Kiss, J. Cole. I think both of them are better than Kendrick.
I'm gonna say all three. I don't think Kiss better than Kendrick. I definitely don't think so. Than Kendrick. I definitely don't think so. You good? But I love Kiss though. That's why I love Kiss because again, you know what you're getting. It's hard. Kiss talking that shit. That's my guy. J. Cole definitely talking about culture-driven shit. Make you very conscious. He's conscious in his music. I love that. Same thing with Kendrick. They the same. That's why I really, initially, when this shit all started, I was hoping it'd be Cole and Kendrick. Because then they ain't got the killing shit going on. They got bars. And that's what I thought it was going to be. And I thought on the outside, it'll be Drake and Future looking in. But that didn't happen because Future he threw it out there and fell the fuck back. Said, I'm going on world tour. Y'all figure this shit out. Basically, that's what's going on. Bro, that's disrespectful, bro.
Future's trash.
Bro, that's fucking awful, bro.
Future's not trash?
No, he's not trash, bro.
What substance does he have in his music?
We ain't talking about substance
I'm
with him.
asking you.
We talking about talent with him.
He don't have talent either.
And he's a hell of a writer.
Oh, my God.
He
He's
got
a hell
hits.
of a writer.
Bro, yes, he got hits, bro. He wrote for so many, bro. Drunk in Love. He got hits, bro. This the shit he do. That was his fucking record.
Stop.
Bro, that's facts.
Stop.
Bro, you can look up his writing, bro.
Stop.
He got major fucking hits. And anything he jump on, damn near, is a hit on a feature tip. He got so many features, but his writing credits is crazy. Written for Rihanna. Come on, bro. Pour it up. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's his type of music. He's not.
It doesn't matter. We talking about talent. That's not trash, bro. That's not trash.
Pour it up is only
It's a club song.
His music.
That don't mean you're not talented.
His music is dumb music that's to a hot beat.
No, bro. It's not dumb music.
It's dumb music to a hot beat.
It's how he grew up. It's what he can relate to. And he just write and rap to it. What's wrong with it? And it's made him very successful.
That's the same thing Drake do.
No, he's not from the culture, though. Clearly he's not from the culture.
Stupid.
He's not from the culture, bro.
Stupid.
He's from Toronto. You can't say nigga no more.
Yeah, you can.
No, we can't. Bro, we got a nose job, bro. Let's talk about that.
This is what I'm talking about.
I love it, man. Bro,
I love it, bro.
We getting exposed. What about the six-pack joint, BBL? Come on, bro. Come on,
You
man.
believe that?
Men getting surgeries, bro. Come on, man.
You believe that?
Why we just can't put the work in, get the push-ups going, the weights going?
Do you believe that?
I absolutely do.
Why?
He paid $40,000 for it.
Why?
Because he didn't deny it. You should deny that shit,
Come
bro.
on, man.
You should deny that shit.
He should come out and say, deny ridiculous shit.
If you're going to say some shit like that to me, hold on.
You
now,
just said.
You contradicted. That's why I said hold on. You contradicted yourself. You know you just did. I'm going to tell you how.
No.
I'm going to tell you how.
I know what you're going to say.
What was that? What was that? Because you know
I'm talking about the Diddy stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. So, because remember when I said Meek Mill should just shut the fuck up if he know it ain't true, don't energize it. Remember I said that? And you said no, he should deny it because it ain't true. Yeah. bro.
That's sexuality.
So now here come the guidelines and the field goals.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Sexuality.
Oh, that don't matter. It ain't true. That's all that matter. No. Bottom line is all that matter. If it ain't true, don't fuck with it.
Okay. So you changed your stance then, I guess.
On what?
Because you just said Meek shouldn't respond because it ain't true, and you just said he ain't deny it. So which one is it?
Well, no. The reason why I said that...
Or is another different standard for Drake?
No, I made that point because of what you said previously.
I know, but you said Drake should, because he didn't, you believe it because he didn't respond.
He didn't deny that shit. I mean, I don't, whether he do it or not.
No,
but
I'm just saying, has the standard changed? Because you said Meek Mill shouldn't
It ain't changed. It ain't changed.
So why?
Because
so you believe Meek Mill slept with Diddy?
No, I believe that, this is my personal belief. How these dudes figure that shit out, that's on them individually. My point is this. I don't energize shit that ain't true. Like, if you say something about me and I know it ain't true, I'm gonna look at you like you fucking crazy and leave you there. Because I know it ain't true. So it ain't gonna have no effect. Because at the end of the day, you the dickhead. So that's what I was saying with Meek Mills. With all that crazy shit they was putting out there with him and Diddy, end of the day, he got too emotional going on Twitter, commenting, and did that and the third. I just think he took the bait, in my opinion. So that's why I said he should have just fell back. Now with Drake, on the other hand, with this rumor of him getting the ad shit done for $40,000, whether he comment on it or not, at the end of the fucking day, if he decide not to speak on it, I can't fault him for that. If he do decide to speak on it, can't really fault him for that.
But why do you believe it?
No, I don't really believe it. I don't know. I'm just saying that's part of the criticism and all. That's Rick Ross version and shit. No more BBLs, no more nose jobs. That shit funny though, bro. Rick Ross killing his ass, bro. No, Rick Ross really killing his ass.
No, Rick Ross.
Oh, stop it, bro. No, he killed him, bro. He said the nigga jet is a cargo plane. I'm crying, man. Rose a motherfucker, man. And you can't.
The president's plane is a cargo plane.
Man, that shit different. That shit high end. But no, it's just some funny shit. But I mean, let's be honest. Let's get back to Drake. This is what I do know. He's going to come back at Kendrick. But that's, as fans, this is what we want. Would you agree? Do you want this battle?
Yes.
So okay, we win regardless of what our opinions is. We as people, we win. But I'm sticking to my story. That motherfucker ain't from the culture, so fuck you.
He's from the culture. We got love for you. There's no stipulations in there.
Listen, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
Well, actually, I don't want to hear nobody say it no more. So,
hey man, that's part of our culture. We gotta live with that. I'm cool
part
with
of the culture.
I'm cool with. I'm a black nigga. And you's a light skinned nigga. Take that. People, we back, black and white.
Yeah, man. So look, we done spent an hour and 5 on this.
Okay, but listen, this shit ain't over. Cause listen, man, let me say this too, man. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's some points I want to make. First of all, again, I'm gonna say this: Tyreke Maxey is the real fucking deal. I'm proud of that young boy. He balled his ass off. At some point, you might want to run an offense through this young man, especially on the pick and roll with him and Embiid. That shit looks good, and it helped Embiid actually get a triple-double, and it took some of that wear and tear off his ass. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the next game, maybe Embiid can get us over the hump and get us tied at 3-3. But
game about to start.
Yeah, but in saying that, yeah, ain't it a weird start time tonight, bro? Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother thing. But anyway, what the fuck? The Phillies playing or the Flyers? But all right, but anyway, I want to talk about this Western Conference. This young man, Anthony Edwards, bro. Now, have you been watching the Timberwolves at all? Have you seen this young man play basketball?
Who?
Anthony Edwards.
He's the man. Probably the face of the league.
I'm going to say this, and I just want to make
future face of the league.
I want to make this point. When LeBron James retires, and you tell me, give me your real opinion on this. I think this is a big deal, which will be any fucking day now. Steph Curry on his way out as well. The top 5 players in the NBA all will be foreign except for Anthony Edwards.
I think Anthony, number one, this is why Anthony Edwards would be the face. Because he has the look, and he has the game, and he has the charisma. Unfortunately, these cats with braids and plaits, not going to be it.
For example, who you talking about right now?
Just any of them top players that got that going on is not going to be.
Well, I mean, what top player?
Ja Morant wouldn't have been it.
Oh, I think he blew his shit.
No, I'm just saying, like if he didn't blow his shit, they wouldn't have. You
mean because the locks or is they locks or braids?
I don't even know.
I don't fucking know.
That's what I'm saying. Like that won't translate into
corporate America.
Corporate, not only corporate but universal.
Well, you can say global because
global, universal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, it's always going to be like a clean cut look guy. Like I don't think nobody with anything like dreads or long, even a white guy with long hair, I don't think it'll be that.
Well, from an NBA standpoint,
yeah,
this is fucking huge because I think the game gets bigger. And I'm saying that because, again, once you, in that top 5, you got Anthony Edwards, of course. Then you got Luka in Dallas. You got the Joker. And you got, what's the other board? Foreign board.
They can't be it because they don't have their English ain't right.
True. But I'm missing somebody. Another foreign player is killing shit, bro.
Like, what's the tall boy in San Antonio do? He got an accent?
That's the one. He's from France. How you pronounce it?
Wemby.
Wemby. Not. This is going to be the NBA in the next 2 years.
Nah.
Yes, it is. Clearly, it's going to be them 5, bro.
I'm telling you, they're not going to push them, yo. They're going to find somebody.
It pitch like this. If we go global, we can't rule that out. Because the NBA is getting better global. And they talking about getting a league over there.
Yeah, but it's just like having a league in Toronto.
You really want to go back to Toronto?
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just like having that in Toronto. It's like, it's there, but is it?
There's so much talent, though. So I don't think the NBA can ignore that. Especially,
no, I mean, they're going to put a team just like the NFL is looking for a London team. That's why they keep going over there and all this shit. They're trying to make it global. I get it, but the number one income is here. And you have to speak Unfortunately, you gotta speak proper English. Like the people in America gotta understand you.
Okay, we'll see how that go. But I'm just saying, I do like the fact that
Like, you gonna get commercials.
yeah,
and
where the
stuff
NBA
like
is
that.
going. What shit? You see Joker doing commercials with
Yeah,
that
he get-
fucked up accent?
Yeah, like that shit's horrible to look at.
Well, it's working. Shit, he getting checked. But I'm just saying, just from the overall NBA game though, it's getting bigger, which is that's cool as fuck because again, that's more opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
I think Tyrese should cut his braids. He could be on it.
Well, you know, he a down south kid. That's what they do. So we'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
That's the look. They all look the same.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
But
they all look the same with the all even. I just think, like I just said, unfortunately, I'm not saying like it's a right thing to do. I'm just saying in America, putting somebody front and forward in everybody's living room all the time, gotta speak perfect English, and you gotta be clean cut.
well, that's that corporate mentality. That's that corporate look. I get all that. But I just think you will still gonna be able to sell freaking tickets because the popularity of that individual and the talent that they have is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that
They're
they won't
front
sell
on
the
it.
tickets. I'm just saying being the face.
Yeah, that's
of the
gonna be
league.
interesting. Gonna be interesting. Well, let me say this too about the playoffs. Los Angeles Clippers, and I'm gonna take this to the argument where we was talking about the top shooting guards of all time, and you had James Harden in front of Allen Iverson, which is insanely fucking ridiculous.
More playoff wins than AI.
We ain't even talking about playoff win. We talking about just showing up.
He has more playoff
James
wins.
Harden have more duds in big games than any superstar that I actually can remember.
He's been in more big games, so he should have more duds.
Well, bro, listen. I can't say that because again, when you a marquee player, in my opinion, and I think he is. We agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you having a bad night, your impact should be still on the court. Whether it's defensively, dishing out the ball with assists, or just again having an impact on the game. Magic Johnson ain't having it every night, but damn, they had a triple double, even though he only had 12 points. But with them 12 points, he got 16 assists and fucking 17 rebounds. I'm just saying, like, when you a superstar,
He had 3 Hall of Famers on the team too.
I mean, that's true. But even still, at the end of the day, it's going to be 3 Hall of Famers on these Clippers. And Harden will be one of them. Would you agree?
Who is it?
Kawhi, Paul George.
They're all of them are squeezers.
All of them are going to be locks as Hall of Famers.
Yeah, but all of them, Kawhi Leonard is a go light. He shows up and then don't show up. Like, he's one of those guys. He got to be feeling it to be on.
Well, he got injury issues. You know, he got knee
And
problems.
Paul George is a collapse guy in the playoffs.
I don't even know what's up with Paul George because I think he's one of the cats where if I was starting an NBA franchise, and I'm talking about, I used to make this comparison like,
He's a great all-around player.
yes, he got a complete fucking game. I'm confused. Bro, I'm confused about it. You know who he remind me of? A poor man Tobias fucking Harris. Got a complete fucking game. Where the fuck you at, bro?
Yeah.
Sixers need that third score. Tobias can post up. He can fucking shoot the 3. He can finish with either hand. Bro, what the problem is? And you're getting $180 million. What the fuck is the problem? I need more, bro. But that's the perfect comparison to under fucking achievement with the talent that you got.
Well,
Paul George.
Paul George over.
I'm
Tobias.
just saying it, but that's a poorest version of Tobias. This man can D up, shoot the fucking 3. He would dunk on the whole fucking team. Like, the talent is there. I don't understand why you guys ain't showing up in the fucking playoffs. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, 7 points last night, and they needed that game. Come on, man. So when we talking about all-time,
So what about the other guys though?
Kawhi didn't play. Knee problem again. Paul George played 18 points. He's actually the leading scorer last night on the Clippers.
So they all had a pretty much not a good. Well, Kawhi ain't play, but had a bad game.
Okay, but this is my point with James Harden. And this is my opinion. So when you had him in front of AI as an all-time
Shooting guard.
4th best shooting guard all time, that is the reason why that's so ridiculous. One thing we can say about Allen Iverson, he's showing up, bro. Sixers might ain't win, but he's showing up. You seen Allen Iverson impact on the game. And what I mean by that is, you know when he was hot, he was hot. But when AI was off, he still took 25 motherfucking shots. Right? Right? And he got 3 motherfuckers defending him, and other guys is wide open. They just can't hit shit.
So, like I said, James Harden played in more playoff games than him. Allen Iverson.
And James Harden always been on a better team.
When I say James Harden is better than him, I truly believe that James Harden is a better player than Allen Iverson. Does he have a bigger heart? No, he don't.
So you can't be a top guy. You need Harden to be one of the top guys.
No, I just say he doesn't have the bigger heart. He doesn't have. I don't think Iverson had the heart of Kobe. I think Kobe.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think Kobe. I think Kobe had enough heart.
I disagree.
Yeah, because he relied on skill.
No. This is why I disagree with what you just said. Because I've heard Kobe Bryant in many interviews say the reason why he was in the gym is because of Allen Iverson.
It's talent.
Why wasn't Allen
Iverson? Nobody could really defend him. He was too fast. So that's what I said. He relied on talent. He didn't really have the heart like Kobe. Kobe had the heart to go in the gym and work on his game. Allen Iverson didn't. Allen Iverson was just pure talent. He didn't like to practice. He didn't. If Allen Iverson would have worked on his game, bulked up a little bit, he'd have lasted a little longer and did a little longer.
Well, when we talking about showing up and tough, Allen Iverson was tough as fucking nails.
Yeah,
he would run up. So when you talking about heart, it takes hearts to do that.
Right, but it also takes heart to get in the gym.
Well, no, that's discipline. That's something different.
No, that's the heart and will to do it.
That's work ethic and discipline. I don't agree with that.
That's all part of heart, though.
That's not
you can't have heart and
not
with no work ethic.
That's not hard. I just think that's work ethic and discipline. So at the end of the day, because you want to be great, so you know you got to put that work in.
You got to put the heart. You got to have the heart to do all
that. So in saying all that, and back to the comparison with James Harden and Allen Iverson, this is why Harden. I give him top 5, top 6, bro. I could never pit him in front of Allen Iverson in any category.
Talent-wise, I put him in.
Because the heart ain't there.
The only thing that Allen Iverson has over him is the heart.
But you need that to be that guy. And he's not. He's never been that guy. And let's be honest. James Harden has always damn near been on a better team. The only team that Iverson ever been on that was actually better than one of the teams that Harden's been on is that Nugget team.
Yeah.
So in saying that,
folded.
I was a group thing. Because they had the Lakers up fucking 3-0.
He folded, right?
They folded.
Okay.
I didn't know Melo was there. You got to get Melo. You got to get Melo some of that.
When he had a good team, he still didn't make it.
But
you complain he didn't have a good team. No, when he had a good team,
let's be honest. Here's the irony in what you're saying, like kill your whole argument. Melo was the guy on that team. Yeah. Iverson was second fiddle. So when saying that, you got to put that on Melo. You can't put that on AI.
No.
Oh, hell yeah. That was Melo's team.
Yeah, but I think AI averaged more points coming in.
No, he didn't.
He was 22 points. I think Melo was like 19.
Melo was 28, averaging 28.
Oh, not when.
Yes, they lost to the Lakers. He was killing the league.
In that series or in the league?
That year. He was averaging 28 per game. Denver was good. J.R. Smith was a fucking rookie. On that team. That team was talented. Kenyon Martin, talented.
So he had the team that had a better team and didn't go
One of the very few times he had that was on a better team than James Harden.
He didn't do enough.
Listen, but James Harden had many opportunities where he has not come through. So again, if you want to go about points and maybe playing longer than Iverson, you can have that, but you'll never be.
I think he's better in points.
You'll be behind.
I think he's better in assists. He's better than rebounds. Like he's better. He's a better player than he just doesn't have the heart. And I'm conceding that. I'm conceding that he doesn't have the heart.
You can't be the top guy because that's what's going to get you over the hump. You got to have a heart. That's the same thing.
That's like saying giving somebody who got heart and no skill that.
But check it out. But to make this point, that's what we looking for from Tatum right now. He got to get Boston. We know his talent. Jason Tatum's a bad motherfucker. Yeah. But we know the talent's there. But he got to get Boston over the hump because they pit a team around Tatum to get it done this year. Would you agree in that? Look at that lineup, bro. You got to think about that shit. Come on, Mark. You was only in Aruba for a week. What the fuck, bro?
I think Marcus Smart was a big loss for them.
I agree because that was the toughness. That was the heart of the team.
Yeah, like I think that was
big blow.
So when you say they put him around him, I think taken away from that. But
they put Drew Holiday in the spot, who's actually more talented than Marcus Smart.
Yeah, but like you said, The heart.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're going to say that, then you got to go AI over heart.
No, I'm going to say that I'm not. I'm going to say it factors, but I'm not just because he got more. Just because Marcus Smart got more heart than maybe James Harden, he's not better than James Harden.
No, I'm not. We ain't even talking about.
I'm just saying, like, heart is a factor. I'm saying that his heart is a factor. I'm
you
just
need
saying,
that to compete.
No, you don't.
Huh?
No, you don't.
You got to want to compete. You got to have a heart.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta have the heart.
That's what
I'm
I'm
just
talking
saying,
about.
like, you don't have to be top tier to do it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think Durant has the heart of AI or all that.
Oh man, I wasn't gonna fuck with that subject, but I picture like this: he's killing his legacy. In my opinion, Kevin Durant is killing his legacy.
What? Well, he's coming to Philly.
Come on, bro. We don't need that. We don't need no soft shit. We don't need none of that soft shit,
take him.
bro. No, that ain't that kind of town.
I'll take KD.
That ain't that kind of town. We good. We got a scorer.
Nah, we need another one. Because when there's somebody on that wing and ain't knocking that down.
That's Tobias. He got to go. This is last year anyway.
Yeah,
His
that's what I said. Let him go and bring KD in.
How it look you bouncing around team to team with your pedigree? Come on, that don't even look good. You're killing your legacy, bro.
That's this era of basketball.
Here's the next question. Bronny James.
Back on him?
It's not that I'm back on this. This is another decision coming out the camp for him to go pro. He's not an NBA player.
Yeah, he's not.
He's nowhere near an NBA fucking player. But again, I think this goes back to dad pushing his name out there and saying he can be this and he can be that. It's so much fucking pressure, man. This young man, in my opinion, I'm telling the fucking truth, nigga, quit the game. Fuck that. Quit the game, nigga. Run your dad empire. Run his business empire. Because you going to be compared to that every fucking time. Every night, bro.
It's all right.
That's too much pressure. It's not going to be fun anymore.
It may. It all depends on his heart.
He ain't got that.
I don't know.
His dad had to grow into his, so I know he ain't got to keep it in the me. I'm keeping it in me. Am I right, bro? Yeah. He had to grow into that shit, too. You know what I'm saying? But I know, honestly, all seriously, if you're not even half as good as your dad was, what are you accomplishing? That's
your
hard,
Your
Mark.
own legacy.
You ain't going to have one with half of his game.
You going to have your own legacy.
It ain't going to be shit.
Nah, that's not true.
Mark, that's a hard thing. I think he need to walk away now.
That's like saying everybody's son should not play behind him. Like that, we wouldn't have Steph. We wouldn't have.
Let's look at the results. You got to be better. It's too much pressure, and your dad is number 2 of all time.
Yeah, so
because he'll never be number 1. Mark, that's too hard.
Not too hard.
That's something you can't obtain. Come on, man, stop.
It's not too hard. That don't mean you don't have to give up on your dream. If you love it, just because you won't be as good as your dad.
Mark, he only 6'3".
All right.
Your dad was 6'8".
Allen Iverson was 5'11", wasn't he?
Okay, but you ain't AI. Ronnie ain't
Spud Webb was short.
He ain't got no legacy, bro.
Spud Webb is he was in. Ain't he in the top? Wasn't he? He was honored in something when he was out there.
No, he was honored when he won the slam dunk contest.
No. I'm talking about like in
top player never.
I think Spud Webb was in some type of ceremony.
Nah, yeah, a slam dunk ceremony. They couldn't believe his little ass to get up there repeatedly.
Man, he's 60
already. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. But no, I'm saying these prodigies of great players. If you the kid, man, you know, the son or the daughter, man, chasing your dream in the same sport that your parent was in, man, and they one of the best ever, I'm not going to lie to you, man. That's discouraging. It's very hard. I think you should find another sport, bro. You got to find another sport. Man.
I guess. I wouldn't.
It's hard.
I would roll out.
It's hard. Listen, did you watch any college softball yet? The women's college softball.
I have not. You text that to me. I was out.
Bro, I'm trying to help. If you're gonna be watching lingerie football, bro,
I don't even watch it. It's hard to catch. It's hard to catch it because they got it behind a paywall, so it's hard to catch it. But because I don't even know the exact dates to come on, but I'm gonna watch it.
All right, you just check it out.
I'm gonna watch it.
Maybe, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna let you know, and then I'm gonna let the people know.
Hit me up. Hit me up, bro.
Yeah. So, man.
Yeah, we there.
It was another great episode. This is gonna be a good one. We're gonna have to.
We need some comments, man.
Yeah, we need some comments on what y'all think. I know. I could tell by the comments who's for who and who's not. You know what I mean? So we're gonna look at them comments. We're gonna reply and let us know what you think about what's on your mind. Hopefully, by next time we record, Drake will have a response out.
Oh, for sure.
They tactically releasing on specific dates now,
Yeah.
and the dates have meanings.
I love
and everything. So.
We don't
But
definitely
definitely
nigga no more.
like and share. Drake, I'm fucking with you still, bro.
Subscribe,
you know what I mean?
people. Yo, and listen, Drake, I'm not a fan, but you're talented, my brother. I would never knock you for your talent. But let me say this. This brother was really trying to defend you, man. That light-skin unity shit was in full effect tonight. He stood up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, round of applause.
Nah, but for real, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's the In Between the Line podcast. Nothing is out of bounds. As you see, you stayed here this long, you might as well like, subscribe, share. Be back with us next week.
People.
You know what I mean? We'll see you again. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Jay,
Welcome
I'll see
back.
you next week.
Yes, sir, my brother.
And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
One.
Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all